Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be looking at Bitcoin. We are still sitting within this potential rejection box that we were looking at previously, so we've almost come up to the 0.618 zone, which is this 17,538. So it'll be interesting to see if we have this move up here and how we react to that zone. It is possible that we have this third wave to the downside still to play out, and then we'd be looking for an additional fourth and a fifth. But there is also the potential within this that we could be looking for a breakout. So we're going to be discussing the various options within this video, so stay tuned to the end to make sure that you see them all. Before we jump into that though, I'd like to say thank you for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. And we're always happy to hear back from you guys, so why not leave us some feedback down in the comment section below. Okay, so let's get into it now. So within this move, there's a few things we need to talk about. We are looking at this potentially just as a corrective move to the upside here, though we need to be careful of this zone here. I'm just going to put this fib onto this low point, up into this high point, and then down onto here. So we can see we've actually come up and we've hit this 1.382 here, and basically if I just slide this over a bit so it's easier to see, we've come up and we've hit this 1.382. And what we are looking out for is, if we're looking at this just as a corrective structure, we wouldn't really want to cross this 1.618. We could technically move up to it, but we wouldn't really want to cross it. If we do, basically, what we'd be then looking for is a potential for an additional fourth wave and a fifth wave to the upside, so as a 5-wave move. And if that does play out, then we would have to revisit the structure slightly, and it would become possible that this wave 4 is actually over here instead of up here. But until we break back above this high point here of this 18,387, then basically we're still looking for the potential to break down with this as a 1, a 2, and then a 3. If that does play out, like I said, we'll be looking down for these lower targets. So we're going to keep an eye on it. Basically, within these moves here, if we change this off, I'm going to get rid of this bigger downward trend here so we have less information on this on screen. There we go. So basically what we can look at within this, I can remove these. No, I don't need them. Basically within this, what we'd be looking at is the potential we have this as a 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a 5 to the upside. So in this case, we'd be looking at the fifth wave potentially extending. So within this, if we are looking at this move, what we could be looking at is here that we have this as a 1, 2, this is a 3 up into this high. We can also look at this slightly different. If we're looking at this wave 2 ending here, basically I'm looking at this 3 being higher, and then within this move here it's just a fourth, but it does look neater to do this where we have this as a 2 into there as a B, and a C to the downside, and then we have this as a 1, 2, 3 flat correction for a fourth, and then a fifth wave to the upside. So that would make us within this fifth wave if we were looking at it like this, or what, both ways we'd be looking at it as a fifth wave. The thing is, this looks like a 5-wave move to the downside, so either we would have a smaller A, B, C like this, or we have this as a bigger flat correction from this point. So within this fifth wave though, there's a few ways of looking at this. We can potentially look at this as a 1 into here. This is a 2. This could all be a 3. This is a fourth wave, and we're looking to push up for that fifth. And technically speaking, that could then look to complete. Alternatively, we could have also truncated here. So we just need to be careful that we haven't had a truncated fifth within this, where we fail to break higher. So this is just something we're going to be looking out for. Effectively, this option is valid until we break down past this point here, which would be the 17,268 area. Breaking down below this with this fourth wave would effectively mean that we have some other kind of a structure here. And if I pull this fib from the top here, what we would be looking at is the potential that we've already come down to this 382. I really wouldn't want to see it get much lower than this 50% at this 17,355. If that does actually play out, what we could be looking for then is a move to the upside here, and the target area for this would be the 17 17583 to the 17531. That would be off of this current level. If we had to move down towards that 50%, it would slightly change it. And I'm just going to put this back on. And let's move it down. It's pretty much on there anyway, to be honest. So yeah, we wouldn't really want to come much lower than this. If we did come much lower than this, then I'd think that it's more more probable we're in the other option, or at least the other way that we're counting this move. So we're going to go over that in a second. But basically, if we do break down past this 50%, what we would be looking for then is the potential to find support in this zone here, basically between this 50% and the 786. That would be sort of a sweet spot if we're going to look for this as potentially extending even further to the upside. However, losing this fourth point low here at 17128 could actually indicate that we are beginning to move to the downside from this. And actually what we have is a fifth wave completed here, and potentially we have the truncation within here, and that this fourth wave and fifth wave have ended at this point here. So we need to be aware that there is a potential that we could break down. This does look like a 5-wave move here, so whether we break back above this high point is important. If we fail to do so, then we could start to look to progress to the downside, whether that's just an ABC. So if we have a look at this pattern here, whether that's just an ABC down towards this so a 3-wave move down towards the 173229, and then we look to push up again, or whether this actually progresses further down and looks to target out this 17241. If it does target out that 17241, what we'd be looking at here is a deeper move where we'd have to expect a fourth wave here and then a fifth wave to the downside. So this move can pretty much turn around at any point now. Like I said, there is still a bullish option, which we're going to go over shortly, but we need to just be aware that this could actually break down pretty much at any time. From we're already sitting in that in that rejection zone, so we've already met the minimum requirement. We could push higher into it, and we could look to, if I just turn this back on for a second, we can see that we could push up again towards the 17538. That would be sort of a 0.618 retracement, and I would be very interested to see how we react from there. If we do get this push up here, like I said, if this is a fourth wave still to come within this move, fifth wave still to come within this move, then basically that area that we were talking about targeting out from here would be within this 0.618 zone. So it'll be interesting to see whether we get this move to the upside here and we actually start to break down from there, or whether we could actually start to break down from this current location. So that's what we're looking out for with this count. So this count is basically looking for that for not crossing that 1.618 that we were talking about of this first move here. So if we, however, look at this as a potential breakout, I'm going to just remove these for the time being. This way is counting the move slightly different. So this is a more bullish way of looking at it, where we're actually looking for the potential of a 1, 2, and then we're starting to, and that we're currently within this white third wave. So this white third wave really would want to come up past this 17657. Ideally, that would be the target for it. And the way we'd be looking at this is slightly different. So we'd be looking at this as a 1, 2, so we'd have a diagonal within this move here. This is a 2. We have this as a 1, 2. Then actually, we would be looking at this third wave coming in now. And the way we'd be looking at this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into this high. So effectively, then we'd be looking for a bit of a deeper fourth wave here. So this fourth wave, if we're looking at it within this regard, would be potentially looking to move down towards the zone here between the 17278 to the 17207. So if this is the case, we could be looking to actually push down here for this fourth wave, and then look for another push to the upside for a fifth wave. If that fifth wave takes us past this point of the 17759, then effectively we could have this additional structure within here. And and we could be looking at this white 5-wave move still playing out, and all of this would have been within a third wave. So we need to just bear in mind that we could see this play out if we manage to push up above the 17,657 area. If we do push up above that, effectively then we have this white 5-wave move, and then we'd have to look for how we react off the back of this, because this 5-wave move could effectively, if I come back out here, this 5-wave move could basically end this yellow C wave that we have here. And what that would be then looking at is this is an A, this is a B, sorry, this is an A, a B as a flat correction here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And then this would be a corrective structure in itself here, and it could potentially break down from the end of this 5th wave. So we just need to bear in mind there are a few things that are possible here. We haven't taken this high point of this 18,387. So until we do, basically we just need to be aware that this could look to still break down, and we could look to break down whether it's from here and we start to break down, or even if we do complete this 5-wave move, it is still possible to break to the downside. So in my opinion, the downside is more likely at this point, but we'll have to see exactly how these waves progress. So within this move, if we're looking at this extension, like I said, we'd be looking for that move down with this. Let me get this out the way here for a second. With this 4th wave here, and what we'd be looking for is this target zone, potentially of this previous 4th here, if it's the case. If that's how we're going to be looking at this move as a bigger move here. So we need to wait for the evidence of this 4th wave, and what we'd be looking for is, like I said, that move down potentially into this 0.5 range to this 382, somewhere within here, to be a wave 4. It could fall short at this 236, which technically it's already reached that 236. So it is possible that we could have a completed move here, but I'd think it would be neater to come back a little bit more, unless we're actually still within this 3rd wave. If we're still within this 3rd wave, then what we'd be looking is, like we said, the potential that we have that additional 5th wave in here, and this is basically a 1, 2, 3, flat 4, a 4, and a 5. So we get that little bit of a push up here, like we talked about previously, and then we look for this 4th wave correction to come in after that point. So there is a few things that we have to sort of wait and see with this. However, within this move, if we do start to break down and come back into this channel line, there is possibility that we look to break down to the downside, and effectively these moves would all be cancelled out by crossing back below the 17,041. The only other way that it wouldn't be invalidated at that point, like as a bullish potential, is we'd have to look at this as a 1-2, this is a 1-2, and then this is a 1 potential 2. And that would be very bullish, but I don't think it's very likely. But we will keep tracking it just in case. So if we do have these additional waves here, we could look to, like I said, take this 17,657 and then look to push up in a more bullish structure. But even if we do complete this 5-wave move to the upside, I don't think that it is. I don't think it's likely that we are progressing from it further. This could just be part of a correction. We'd have to wait for that retracement to the downside and see if it manages to find support and it doesn't just roll over and basically set a new low. Because if we break back down and we break through this 16,256 area, effectively what we do is we invalidate any kind of a bullish potential off of this low point. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. In the description below, you'll find an affiliate link to BYBIT. This is a great exchange in our opinion. It's the one we use when we're doing our trading, whether that's spot trading or leverage trading. Really is a great exchange. Also in the description below, you'll find a link to the Discord. Why not come and have a chat with us? Once you're in the general chat area, just mention a member of staff. We'd be happy to help you out with anything. And yeah, we're going to leave it there. I hope everyone has a great day. We'll see each other in the next video. Take care out there, everybody.